There is no school that teaches fathers and sons how to get along. We learn on the job, and sometimes we fail.
You're about to meet a group of fathers and sons who gave up on each other and were separated by the courts. They thought forever. Nothing has worked to restore their relationships. They represent thousands of families across America whose lives have been shattered by child abuse, drugs, alcohol, and neglect, whose kids have wound up in foster homes, in jails, or in the streets. The fathers and sons haven't seen each other for months or years. They have agreed to confront each other one more time aboard a 57-foot sailboat, Stanhaven. For 7 days, they will sail around Catalina Island off the coast of California. Their families say it will take a miracle to bring these fathers and sons back together.
Stanhaven's captain, Lee Stanley, deals with the results of shattered homes every day. As head of a non-profit organization that helps kids on probation, Lee believes in miracles. Lee's son, Shane, has shared his room, his food, and his parents with ex-gang members, drug addicts, and thieves. Kids released from jail who need help finding work or a place to stay. When he was old enough to leave home, Shane chose to stay and work with his father. He has become a role model for the kids who ask Lee for help. Kids on probation don't want a handout. They want a hand up to help change their lives. They all have one thing in common: a bad relationship with their fathers, or no relationship at all. They have never worked or played or celebrated life together.
My name's Casey Stonecker. I'm 15 years old. I've been away from my father for, about 2.5 years, 2 years or so, somewhere in there. My dad used to do drugs and alcohol. I ran away from home because he was being a jerk at home and I couldn't go home. He just totally lost it. And he'd backhand me, and he'd backhand me, and it's like, I was never sure what was gonna happen.
When Casey was 9 months old, his mother called and asked his father to watch Casey for a couple of days while she looked for a house. She never came back. Casey's father and stepmother both have a history of substance abuse. Casey first ran away when he was 10 years old. He was arrested twice for burglary and has been in and out of the county facilities since he was 13. His counselors describe him as stubborn, bad-tempered, and volatile.
It's important to make sure everything you put in there is dry. You're basically going to be living out of your sea bags. This is your closet and dresser drawers for the next week.
My name is Stuart Tillett, and I'm at Passageway Group Home, and I'm 17 years old, and I'm a ward to the court.
Up.
I run away from home because I didn't like being there. At home, it's not a home to me, it's nothing. And every chance I get to leave, I leave. I tried talking to my dad, but I'm too scared to go to him because I'm scared of, how he'll think of me or something. Like, he probably think, like, this is not the kind of kid I wanted to raise or something like that.
Stuart has a long history of arrests for petty theft and burglary. He is defiant at home, disruptive in school, and a chronic runaway. He doesn't remember his mother or know why she left him when he was a baby. He is convinced his stepmother is prejudiced and doesn't like him because he's black, but he hasn't told his father. They've never really talked.
Well, my name's Gonzalo Garcia, and I'm 14, gonna be 15. And my nickname's Gonzo. The San Pedro Knights is my basketball team. If I didn't play basketball, I think I'll still be in the game. And my dad, I don't know, he still thinks he's 14. Always gangbanging still. I used to always get mad at my dad when he wasn't there, because I used to get in trouble a lot. Because he wasn't there to hold my hand. That's life.
Gonzo lives at home with his mother and 2 sisters. Because his father was involved with gangs, drugs, and alcohol, his mother got a restraining order and made him leave the house. Boo Boo, as his parents call him, has never been arrested. His biggest challenge is staying out of the gang that controls his neighborhood. His mother describes Boo Boo as a good kid, with a great sense of humor who really needs his father.
Hey, Gonzo. How you doing?
You've seen him before,
How
haven't
you
you?
doing? Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard.
When I see other fathers and sons together, like they're real close, I just think of my dad. Like, I wish he'll do that to me.
What do you think?
Dizzy.
Dizzy.
This is where you're gonna keep everything. I love my dad. Even though he messes up, sometimes I feel like just boxing it with him. But he's my dad, I can't do nothing.
Okay. We're gonna put these things up. What things? The sails? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lee and the boys will spend the first day at sea without the fathers. The goal is to make the boys feel comfortable on the boat and with each other. Lee wants to get to know them a little before their fathers come on board.
Okay, son, take the helm for me. Just keep us from gonna start freeing the sails. Okay, guys.
Meteorologist Mark with the coastal marine forecast. North to northwest winds 15 to 20 knots with 3-foot seas. Northwest swell 8 feet. Clear skies today through Wednesday. There are no small craft advisories at this time.
Stanhaven begins a 60-mile sail from Ventura Harbor to Marina del Rey, where the boys will meet their fathers tomorrow.
Put it back in here.
Yeah. Here, let me tie this up for you.
The fathers and sons agreed to make the trip, nothing more. They'll give one thing to each other they have never given before, and that's time. But will it be enough?
God forbid if you fall over. See that? Blow that. Blow it. Okay? Look for. Okay? You're all set. Okay.
The marine forecast promised good winds and fair seas, but the big swells that greet Stanhaven outside the harbor suggest otherwise.
We get wet? Let's hope not too wet. You gotta get wet.
The first thing the boys learn, they don't need to be taught.
I can taste what I ate for breakfast.
You what?
I can taste what I ate for breakfast right now.
Well, don't have it again.
One more.
A half hour out, the seas are building quickly, and the wind is over 25 knots.
Shane, have all of them get in harnesses. Is that okay? That's fine. A little tight, or you're right? Look out at the horizon, Gonzo. Don't look down. Yeah, put him up on the high side.
Going up there with your boy.
Now you just, that's it. You all right?
Will we be like this through the whole thing?
Huh?
You think I'm gonna be sick like this the whole thing?
Shaking the boat, you mean,
No,
or you?
stomachache.
No, this is, the reason that you're like this is because these are very big seas and you're not used to being out here. So it's going to take a day for you to get used to it, okay?
Yeah.
Just try to watch the horizon, okay?
Yeah.
Despite the forecast for clear skies and good weather, Shane hears on the marine radio the huge waves have made it unsafe to re-enter Ventura Harbor.
A wet horizon.
The kids have never been to sea. They figure this is the way it is. The wind howls, the boat heels way over, and Lee spends all day wrestling with the wheel. As the wind climbs to 50 knots and the seas continue to build, Lee sends them below for their comfort, he says, but really for their safety. Lee's first thought is to turn around and go home, but the seas have become too big, and they've closed the harbor.
Watch this one behind it.
Right now they've got their hands full, but Lee and Shane can handle the boat. Once they clear Point Doom, a few more miles south, things will smooth out. wind is gusting to 60 knots as Stanhaven turns toward Marina del Rey. The fathers will meet them there in the morning, weather permitting. As the seas begin to settle, Lee's crew comes topside for some fresh air.
Whoa! Looks beautiful. Huh? Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Oh, hang on! Watch your feet. Got your feet wet, huh? Yeah. Stuart, how you doing? Those are sissy ways compared to us. It's no easy day to cut your teeth on sailing. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of myself. I really am. I'm very proud of you. Okay. We'll sail into Marina del Rey tonight and get bedded down. And then your dads are going to come on board. They'll come on board tomorrow morning. We'll get squared away and we'll cast off to Catalina.
I think my dad handled it all right. He'd been on a boat before. I think my dad would have barked. I would have laughed at him.
Would you help him?
I would help him. I'd say help yourself to the bathroom. You don't do that for him.
My dad would like it down the waves, that trip.
A few hours out and I tossed my cookies in the bathroom sink. I could think of a million other places I'd rather be. My biggest concern is that we'll get on each other's nerves and we'll end up totally hacking it off on the boat.
You want to take the helm, son?
Yeah.
What's your course?
Yeah.
081, right about in there. You can see the marina coming up.
It's gone down a bit.
Down a lot.
After the storm, everyone is relieved to get to Marina del Rey.
You know, the ocean we really have to respect because it's always going to win if you get in an argument with it. I will tell you that's the worst conditions I've ever been in 14 years of sailing. I would guess if your dads knew what you were up to out there today, would have been very proud of you.
Did our fathers meet already?
Did they meet each other?
Yeah.
I think they have, yes. They're finding out who their shipmates are. It's supposed to be nicer tomorrow. The seas are supposed to lay down and your dads will get a gentler ride than you did. But
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
Don't give them those seasick pills. Let them get sick.
Everybody know where their bunk is?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, I'll get y'all up probably around 7 o'clock. Okay?
The morning winds are calm. There's no trace of the storm. Pleasure boats are heading out for the day, and the boys anxiously await the arrival of their dads. Casey looks apprehensive.
I recall when I was 5th grade, I guess, and I was getting in trouble for something again. My dad was giving me a spanking with a plastic clothesline hanger, or plastic clothes hanger little thing, and I guess he was going at it, and I moved or something like that, and he hit me over the back with it, and it broke. And it left a big, very big wilt on my back. The teacher grabbed me and was going to take me down to the office, get me in trouble. And I pleaded with him. I said, no, you can't, because my dad's going to go home and he's going to beat me up again. And I showed him something on my back, and it's like, then pretty soon I was placed in a foster home because they thought, like, he thought he'd go beat me up again or something like that, you know.
In the past, Casey has been depressed and angry after seeing his father. As a result, a restraining order was issued not allowing them any contact. He's seen his dad briefly only once in the last 2 years.
Hi, guys. This is Casey's dad. This is Mr. Stallmaker. This is Stuart on the right and Gonzo on the left.
I'm looking forward to this boat trip. It's going to give Casey and I a chance to celebrate life one more time. to be away from each other for all this time. And then the grand finale is we're going to get together. Tell me about the seas.
Pretty rough last night.
Oh, they're like 12, 15 foot.
Did you get sick?
Yeah,
Did you get seasick?
Yeah, I was very seasick. I took pills, took Tylenol.
Gosh, I'm really not looking forward to that part of this trip myself.
I can't wait. You're wrong.
And my dad, he's always get in trouble, get jumped. He got shot 3 times. Got stabbed right here, there's a scar right here. He's always go in and out of jail.
I got shot in the back 4 times. I got shot in the hand, and then I got shot in the back with a shotgun. Walked in the wrong neighborhood. I was always at home using drugs and spending money, left and right. Like, it's money that we didn't even have. They just, and pretty soon, I didn't even have money to, buy drugs. So I kind of, started selling just to keep on using it. Not to make profit, but just to use it,
I couldn't put up with it no more. I didn't want to go through life that way anymore. It hurted me because I tried helping him, and he's my kid's father, and I loved him a lot, as I grew up with him. I finally threw him out of the house 2 years ago.
I started using stuff, and before I knew it, I tried to stop, but it was already too late. I was already too far into it. I already had lost everything. I lost her, I lost, my sons and everything, so
I need my dad, because there's something missing in my heart. I always wanted him to teach me how to play sports, but he never did. Always fooling around.
Sometimes I wish, God, why can't he be doing what I'm doing here, and then he's on the streets and I'm over here, or he's drinking somewhere and has money to party and I'm over here trying to survive here with the kids. I wish he would pick them up like other fathers would, like when they're split up from their wives and their kids, like every other weekend he has them and I have them, and he doesn't.
No, I think we spend enough time with each other. I mean, I see him, but he's already older. He's already, he has his girlfriend. He has, sports. I mean, he's not small anymore. He's not,
Until now, Gonzo's father has made no effort to see his son or to contribute any money to support the family.
Oh, that's Casey.
What's up? Let's go. So I met you already.
Yeah, how you doing? Welcome.
Where do we go from here?
You guys, I mean, you got me feeling a little bit like I'm feeling all this.
Yeah, what?
Uncertain about all this.
I don't know. 6 days, 7 days on a boat.
You get sick.
Huh?
I run away from home because my stepmom, my dad tries to act as hard as like a dad, but my stepmom just don't act like a mom. When I run away, I don't mean to take it out on my dad. I don't mean to hurt him. It's not that I leave to say it to my dad. I leave because I don't want to be around her. I think she's prejudiced, to tell you the truth, against blacks.
One thing I can say about Stuart, I love him very much. That's the main important thing. Doesn't matter if he's a color boy. I love him very much.
I felt that Stuart knew that he had a family. I have no idea why he wasn't happy. Up to this day, I can't figure it out. Unless he's holding back something inside that I don't know about.
Floyd Tillett is a route custodian for an armored car company. He has never explained to Stuart that he wasn't married to Stuart's mother.
How you doing?
And he doesn't understand why his son refuses to come home.
The dad, since you just got on board, we don't know who gets seasick or who doesn't. So we ask that you just take a pill so that way you don't get sick, all right? Sheet guns out? One of them? Take that, yeah, just one will be fine with your water.
Looks like home.
I mean, if you don't feel you need them, fellas, take them, okay? Once you get all squared away, sons with your fathers, you get your dad's gear squared away, secure, and we're going to cast off. Okay? I'll be topside. This is Vessel Stanhaven, Whiskey, X-ray uniform, 5440, radio check, over.
Read you loud and clear, Skipper, over.
Thank you, Stanhaven, out.
My bedroom's in the back. This is basically it.
You know, it's really, I was thinking, you know, it's going to be a little bit bigger.
What's in the bottom here? Same thing?
It's
going to be enough room for you, Terry?
Hey, this is great.
Good.
This is great.
Good, Lee. This is...
Yeah, 3 years old. But the grandma says, I need my picture back, so we need to bring it back when you're through with it.
You have to put a seatbelt on.
No, where's the seatbelt there?
Yeah, let me get my seatbelt.
You just see.
Huh?
Free the bow line.
Stan Haven leaves port with a crew of troubled teenagers and failed fathers. The last time they got together was a disaster, and the courts stepped in and separated them. But for now, everyone is on his best behavior. It's like they're on a first date. No one knows what to expect.
This trip would mean a lot to me. I didn't have much time to spend with Stuart before. It'd be very good for both him and myself, so we can get to know each other much better.
Go ahead, well, look at that bum over there.
Hi, Dad.
Lee is confident that after a few days at sea, the real fathers and sons will surface. But will they confront their problems, heal their wounds, and become a family again? Will they take a chance on each other? It may be their last.
Up with the topping lift. Holding it in.
Gonzalo is a dynamo. He's having the time of his life.
What's the course right there, son? 170, right on the nose. Okay, good.
Floyd grew up in Belize on the east coast of Central America.
Do that and then uncleat it here, and then we'll unfurl the jenny.
He was captain of a riverboat before he came to America.
That's picking up the
Come around here and crank this up. Right here. First follow by hand.
The fathers are eager to help and to be part of the crew. Their kids are reluctant and hang back. But why?
See that winch handle, son? That cranker?
This is called sailing.
This is it. Doesn't get any better than this, guys.
Sail.
Hang on, guys. 30-degree heel.
I'm in control. I'm a controller. Grab hold of it and steer it like you steer a car. Like this?
Which island you going to there, Gonzalo?
Put it back over the right. Steer like you would a car, right over the right.
It's like driving a Chevy.
Lower it.
Watch, boy, you're blocking the windshield.
If I were to do something wrong, I wasn't sure if my dad would totally lose it, because he couldn't control his temper. You know, he yelled a lot. If he couldn't yell enough, he'd smack me or something. And he'd backhand me, and he'd backhand me, and it's like, dude, stop, do it again, I'm taking off. I wouldn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking. You know, and he did it again, and I took off. You know, I was a little skinny, little 13-year-old. You know, I can't really do much against a 36-year-old. You know. I think really deep down, I'm afraid I might do something stupid. Like, I might hit him. I can't visualize it. But I think somewhere down there, I think that it could happen. Because if he were to hit me, I swear, I believe that if he were to go off and hit me, you know, I'd probably kick his just because he did it, you know? Because, I mean, I figure if he hits me once and I kick his ass, he's never going to do it again.
Wherever Terry is, his son Casey's at the other end of the boat. They make the crossing to Catalina in less than 4 hours, a new record for Stan Haven. Stan Haven heads for a quiet anchorage on the north side of Catalina Island. Each father and son take a turn in the galley. Terry and Casey are scheduled to make dinner.
It was just what I thought it'd be, you know. Me and my dad, we've been really testy.
That's basically it.
If everybody wasn't here, you'd probably start screaming and yelling.
Yeah, I'm sorry you felt that way. But
You're saying you weren't?
No. I said I'm gonna get my bag. And if you could just put it up right here where I can get to it, because I've already been in it twice since then. You know, and it's just how you conceive me, and how you conceive the situation. You know? It's okay.
So you weren't upset?
No. Like I said, if you are, that's too bad, because I'm gonna get my bag.
Casey isn't cutting his father any slack. They seem to have picked up just where they left off 2 years ago.
The different personalities.
And my dad, you know, he's always, well, be careful, don't do this, and watch that, you know, you did this before, and it might happen again, and it's like, Dad, I know what I'm doing.
I haven't had too many options through this whole ordeal, you know. I had basically no options. It was just, you know, everything was based around what you wanted to do and how you wanted to live and stuff, so when you do get home, I will have full options. And I'm a very, very reasonable man.
As far as you can see.
Exactly.
Like you're saying, that's how you see it. That's how other people see it. Now you turn very red in the face. That isn't normal.
I'm sorry you construed it that way. You know, you make me have to do something I'm not, Casey. If you're going to be part of the household, you're going to have to pick up your end, too.
No, it isn't.
You know, I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on you when I ask certain things of you and ask favors of you. If you think that I'm going to be, you know, hammering on you and picking on you and slamming you around because I ask you to do certain things a certain way, well, you're going to feel uncomfortable because that's not my intent. It's just the way things are going to be. And I'm not ever going to ask you to do something that I haven't done. So you know what your options are. You know, you got a whole few days to sort things out and figure them out. The worst is over with.
He says, well, you know, we have a clean slate, and, like, nothing ever happened in the past before. You don't know anything about me. I don't know anything about you, which is BS.
You know, I don't want you to shut down just because I'm around. You know? I think the key thing to our relationship is to learn how to talk to one another. You know? Let me know how you feel, and I'll let you know how I feel, but just don't take me so seriously. Jeez, son. Chill out. The battle's over with. You know, we take off our guns and just surrender. No need to hassle and argue and fuss and fight. Life's too short. I've always had problems with my son Casey in behavior. Every night, every other night, 3 times a week, I would get a call from a teacher saying that my son, you know, is disruptive, get a handle on him, do what you can do for him. And I thought in my mind I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, disciplining my son.
I knew I really had a problem when Casey went to school and showed a teacher a mark on his butt that I'd given him with a recent paddling.
There's some paper towels and stuff.
Actually, it was a mark on his butt and his lower back because he squirreled on me a little bit and I hit him across the back. I eventually ended up in jail behind that. When the county took my son away, and my son didn't want to make any contact with me at all. Apparently my son has a history in the past of saying I'm an abuser, and I am the reason for a lot of his problems.
Casey and Terry aren't beating up on each other physically, but they're battering each other just the same. Fathers and sons are doing their chores, but not side by side. They're uncomfortable around each other. The men would rather work by themselves than with their sons. The boys are used to doing things on their own. They learn not to depend on their fathers.
Hey, Terry, they ain't no Ajax?
Liquid detergent.
Oh, no, that's for dishes. I don't need that.
Floyd and his son Stuart seem to be the exception. The other fathers are keeping their distance, just like home.
Our side looks so much better than their side.
We're better than you guys. Ha ha.
Hey, Lee, this is my favorite job right here. You need to throw me.
Casey is not only cool to his dad, Casey isn't opening up to anybody. Lee thinks taking them skin diving will help ease the tension between them.
Keep on throwing the pieces of bread down there.
Any nibbles yet?
No, they just come and look at it and just swim away.
I wish I could really sit down and talk to my dad. I wanna laugh and play and wrestle and all that stuff. He could lift weights with me and stuff because he used to do that. Things that I do with my friends. He'll be like my best friend, and in a way I'll be like his best friend.
Well, you guys ain't gonna catch no fish.
Yeah, but I don't give up that easily. I'm gonna hook one of them yet.
They take a little bite and go to the meat.
Oh, you got one.
I told you. I don't give up that easily.
Yes, Lord.
We'll make a jump in the water this time.
I told you I don't give up that easily. I'm gonna hook one of them yet.
Your turn, Gonzo. That's our dinner.
One. Whoa, that sucker's big.
Where's the bucket?
Floyd caught a fish. It's bigger than
Yeah, Jaws.
Here you go.
Oh, we can use it for bait.
Yeah, I ain't going to the water now.
There you go.
Okay, boo, let me help you catch some fish.
No, you're a real fisherman. Take advantage of little fish.
It's still kicking.
Now I'm gonna haul in the big ones now.
There you go. Is that a good fisherman or what?
Yeah, you are.
Boo-boo!
Ow. Where they all gone? I didn't have much time to spend with him because I put everything into my work. I believe you give an honest day, pay for honest day work. So I always try to do my best in everything I do.
I hope my dad talks to me. I'm gonna ask him about my mom. I don't know nothing about her. If my dad at least tell me where she at, then I'll feel better. Cause I don't know nothing about her. We don't just sit down and talk, so I hope he tell me everything I need to know.
When Stuart was a baby, I had to change diapers, cleaning him up, give him a bath, take him to doctor when he's sick, until about 5, 6 years old, and got married, and Stuart grew up the rest of his life with her.
When I married with my husband, Stuart was but 6 years old. I love my husband. I have to love my stepson.
She don't seem like a mother. She seems like somebody at school I want to beat up or something. She don't seem like she just, I don't know, I don't know. I just don't like the lady.
Gonna try again, huh?
When Stuart started to run away, I would call in because I don't want them to know at work what's, my family problem. So I would just call in sick and say, well, I'm sick today, I can't come into work. At the same time, I was out there looking for my boy.
He caught a fish!
Same kind.
No, it ain't. It's different.
Go.
That's a big old mouse, dude.
Let me see, let me see.
Dad.
My dad taught me how to catch fish, so I want to tell y'all to know. My dad taught me. See, man? See? Yeah. Like father, like son.
Dad.
Yeah, father like son, that's why I haven't caught anything.
Oh! Now you're gonna catch some fish. Even if I have to go down there with a net. Watch the hook. Watch the hook. There you go.
Okay, I was about 12 years old when I first started getting in trouble. I would just hang around with the wrong crowd, And before I knew it was kind of late to stop, so I just kept on going. I know about violence, I seen a lot of it, I got into a lot of fights and, gang fights and all that when I was younger. And it's something I don't want to see my son go through, Because it's sad, I mean, I don't want him to go through jail or, or end up in some hospital or, like I've seen a lot of people.
They're getting caught by their own friend.
Yeah.
Big one.
I didn't have so much time to spend with Stuart before, enjoying the outdoors.
Take it down some more.
It's hard for me to, get away. This sailing trip will be very good for both me and Stuart, so we can get to know each other much better.
Where they go? Oh, they'll be back.
All right, Casey, you see how you get into this thing? Just put a flip.
Casey came to live with me when he was about 9 months old. I used to think, fantastic. I've got my son back, who I hadn't seen since practically he was born, and it would keep me out of the bars. But when I did, I used to take Casey to bars with me. He was so little that I'd walk into a bar and I'd put my elbows up on the bar, and my son would be right underneath me, and nobody would even know he's there.
Let's swim over to shore.
The way I was a father in the past is out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to hear my son. I don't want to deal with all the. I didn't realize how much attention a child needed. The only time I really acknowledged my son was when he was stepping out of bounds.
Okay, let's go, guys. Let's stick together.
I was so used to being totally restricted, always in my room, couldn't do nothing. Always worried about if my dad would come and start yelling at me, and it was like, well, who are you?
I don't like any rules, any authority figures. I just like to do what I want when I want. Like when I was a runaway, I was like basically happy most of the time because I was free. I could do what I want when I want. A friend wanted me to go to the movies, I could. I didn't have to ask my dad, didn't have to check in.
I would usually run away until I got caught for doing something illegal, and then I get arrested, go to the hall, get released to my dad, and then a few months go by, and then it happened all over again.
I never let my son do anything for himself. I didn't have the patience to deal with it. From folding clothes to cleaning up your room to doing anything, it was sit there, I'll take care of it, I'll have a drink, and I'll do it. And when I quit drinking and when I quit drugging, my son was 5 years old, but the damage had been done, irreversible damage at that point in life.
Who would like to say a blessing tonight? Anyone?
I'll say it today.
Okay.
Thank God for this meal which we're about to receive, and guide us through this journey, slave safely back to our family, and thanks this time, this family, for all this. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Floyd. Hey, Gonzalo, is there anything we should know about this before we eat it?
Yeah, this is, I already explained, this is well done, medium, and medium rare.
Because you forgot to cook those probably.
We're losing your kid, Gonzalo.
I know what's wrong with him.
Gonzalo treats Boo Boo like one of his homeboys, not like his son. Floyd is just happy to be aboard. Everyone is having a good time, except Casey. Terry knows his son doesn't like him. Casey's anger is a wall his father can't breach. The other fathers act as though they never had a problem.
Homemade salad dressing here.
Can I get some Kool-Aid punched off, whatever?
Yeah, just pass that over here. We'll do it for you, Floyd, so you don't have to.
Yeah, no, it's much better still.
Thank you, Boo, for cooking the meal.
Thanks, man. Let's go. You know that?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Warm, bud. You have fever? You have a temperature? Just what the doctor ordered. Hamburger meat here. Well done.
I was gonna make fish, but
well
somebody didn't catch the fish.
You have a temperature?
Warm.
Okay, Mom.
You bet, bub.
I've been trying to be nice to my dad. He's been embarrassing me a lot. I can't really come out right out and tell him, Dad, you're being an idiot.
Once again, compliments to the chef.
It's like, Dad, you're old. Generation gap, and it just bugs the out of me.
That's the sauce my dad made, please.
Sure. There you go. Gonzalo, you went swimming today?
Yeah, it was fun. Somebody threw my shorts in the water, so I gotta go get them tomorrow.
Who threw your shorts in the water?
That little brat right there.
Who threw the shorts in the water?
Did you throw them in?
That little brat.
That's what you call polluting.
Hey, boo-boo.
Lee has asked each of the crew to keep a log and to record their feelings while they're at sea. Something father and son can share with each other when they leave.
I was kind of nervous about the sailing trip, but once on board, I met everybody and felt relaxed. It was a beautiful day.
After lunch, we had a great time. We went snorkel diving. That was the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. I was so happy to have my son Casey with me to share that.
I had a fun day fishing with my dad. Today, me and my dad spent some time cleaning the boat. I felt good working next to my dad, and I wish we could do more on this trip.
Good night, Lee.
Good night, guys.
I'm not used to being in the middle of the water. I mean, looking around and seeing nothing but water around you is, I'm used to seeing some dirt on the,
Gonzalo wants to go ashore to help Shane collect rocks for a saltwater fish aquarium. Boo Boo stays on board. He's determined to catch a fish. Gonzalo grew up in the streets. He's been a gangster as far back as he can remember. For the first time, he's experiencing a life he never knew existed. And he doesn't have to look behind him to see if he's going to be shot for the 5th time.
I was about 17 years old when my son was first born. I think I was a better father then than what I am now. Everything was different. I was all excited. I wish I could get that back. I lost all that when I started using drugs.
Oh, wow.
I figured it out. Pretty good size.
Nice.
Well, the reason I don't share my heart with my son is that I'm not that close to him. I mean, I mean, I talk to him and stuff like that, you know, but we never get into, you know, to a deep conversation. You know. I just want to get close to my son, guys. You know, it's kind of scary trying to get close to somebody when you're sober, you know. I mean, you know, something that I never did before, you know.
If your dad says I love you or something, it feels good. My dad never said that, really. I wish you would say that for a change. It feels better. You feel better when he says I love you. That looks bad on Stuart. What is it?
Bobo! Bobo! Let me see that film!
The main thing for this trip is to get close to my dad. Maybe he could, like if I do something wrong, he still could probably hold my hand.
For 3 days, the fathers and sons have been together without solving their problems. Lee appreciates the interest the fathers take in running the ship, but it is their sons he is more concerned about. The boys still have no idea where they stand with their fathers. Casey is still an unhappy sailor and ignoring his father.
When you let me drive the boat, Lee?
Today.
Today?
Stuart has appropriated his father's sunglasses. He obviously likes his dad. Lee has worked with hundreds of juveniles in detention camps and jails. He's been to sea with dozens of troubled kids, but never with their fathers. He is pleased to see they are at least tolerating each other.
Okay, let's go up with it. Cool.
None of these kids hates his father. Not one of them has said he doesn't want to spend time with his dad. No father has said it's hopeless. But they still haven't addressed the reasons they separated in the first place. If they don't soon, they'll go their separate ways, and all they'll have had is a boat ride. Lee is determined to stay at sea until the fathers and sons talk to each other.
Oh, yeah! Okay, crank that puppy. You're there. Watch that line. Now get that line in. Gonzo! Where's Destino at? No, 007, right, Gonzo? Oh, yeah. That's all right. Okay, go to the left a little bit. Need more. More. Hey, Gonzalo's writing his name in the ocean here. Wait a minute, get back on course. 255? 255. Okay, get my son up here! Tell him his girlfriend's in the water!
On the windward side of the island, Gonzalo teaches Boo Boo what he's learned at the helm. It may be the first thing he has ever taught his son.
Just like except ain't got no pedals, you know? To the right, to the right, to the right. Hey, Dad, what are you doing? Then you gotta pay attention. Don't go end up in San Diego, you keep driving like that.
There's no traffic out here.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the whales. Come on, what are you doing? You're doing good. You're a good sailor.
While some of the crew obviously enjoy being together, Casey and his father are still far apart. When they return to port, Casey is being released from the county-run group home. Ironically, he and his dad are the only ones who are getting into the same car and going home together. Casey has the hammer to make or break their relationship.
When I got here to the boat for this trip, I was really looking forward to the fact that, you know, we're going to take this trip together, and we're going to go home together.
Casey?
What I didn't expect was, as soon as we got together, as soon as we met, I couldn't suggest anything. I couldn't advise him on anything. It was like, you know, get away, Dad. I'm not going to come home with you if you're going to be this way, this type of thing.
What the course is that we're hanging.
I didn't know what I was doing wrong, and I really had to watch myself. I want my son to come home. All my son has to do is call his probation officer and say, my dad hit me, my dad's beating me, back into his old stuff again one more time, and he's gone.
The control that I have over my dad in my relationship, you know, it's basically like, you know, if he's being abusive or if I say he's being abusive and that's it, you know. It was an act, you know, just like, and it worked. It worked fine. But if I use it, all it's going to do is hurt me. I mean, he might go to county for a couple days, a day, half an hour. I'm going to get thrown back into the system, foster homes, whatever. All it's going to do is hurt me.
Casey is concerned about Casey, not about his relationship with his father. They've all settled for peaceful coexistence. They're afraid to address the real issues. As Stan Haven slides into Cat Harbor on the windward side of Catalina Island, Stuart still wants to know what happened to his mother, and Boo Boo still needs a father. Boo Boo's passion is to play basketball, and his heart's desire is to go one-on-one with his dad. Lee knows there's a playground on the island, and maybe they can even find an old basketball.
What I want with my dad right now is I want to play him in basketball. That's the main thing I want to do. I want him to play one game with me in basketball. He never did that. Never even touched the ball with me. Well, my dad, he looks hardcore with his tattoos and his scars on his face. He looks pretty down, but I don't want to see that. I want to see what he's inside, what he's really like inside of his heart, how he is, not who he's trying to be.
Hey, Boo! Boo! Go get the ball. All right, let's play. Come on, Jack.
After playing ball, my dad and I was talking about what I was going to do when I get out of school. It's hard for me to tell him that I don't want to come home because I won't make it with stepmom.
I wanted to grow up with a family. That's why, you know, when I met my present wife, I told her about Stuart. And she agreed that, well, you have a son, I have a daughter. It's all right. So we got hitched.
I don't want to go home. But my stepmom just don't. She don't like me. She think I'm bad. So she think I'm trying to make her daughter be bad too. Sometimes my parents and them, they'll go out late at night or something, and they'll take her with her, and then I'll say, like, how come you guys can't leave her? Leave her at the house, and my stepmom will say, well, I don't want her to be around you or something like that. And that's stuff like that, things like that get me mad. I wanted to treat me like if she could have been my mom or something. Since I never knew my mom, and she's coming in and treat me all bad, that's not right. That's why, you know, I leave and stuff. I don't tell my dad how I feel about things. Sometimes I wish I could sit down and talk to my dad. Because I think if I do, then he'll probably enjoy, he'll enjoy me and I'll enjoy him more. Then we wouldn't have so much problems.
Well, where's the Wells at? You've been saying that since we left.
It's in San Pedro.
We'll see Wells.
Where's in San Pedro?
San Pedro's the well of a town.
I don't want my son to be brought up by the system. It feels like my hands are tied. I am the one on trial, and it's because of my kid wanting to manipulate the situation. If I get verbal and if I get loud, the system's gonna look and point back at me saying that I'm the bad parent. And when they did take my son and they had no communication at all to me, it was all based around Casey and how do you feel about this and how do you feel about that? And Casey played it right out to the T. I had no idea that I was the one being held responsible for this. I've never willfully premeditated abused my child. When my son treats me with disrespect, it's like he's reaching down my throat and yanking my heart out. And for me to be able to just feel the pain and to hurt and to try again, what else can I do? I put my son through a lot of stuff. You know, maybe it's my turn now. I've got to be patient. But I've got to try to be patient and tolerant as I possibly can. And I will. If I discipline him, sternly discipline him, and hold him responsible for his actions, which we all should be, he could use that against me and turn something as simple as parental discipline into parental child abuse. And they don't listen to the parent, they listen to the kid. And my butt's in jail one more time. My kid's gone one more time, and nothing's done except more corruption and more tearing down the family base.
Casey's father doesn't know how to reach his son, and Casey doesn't understand his father's pain. They have never gotten to know each other. 7 days is a long time to spend with a stranger.
First time me and my son ever spent time, together like this.
Same here. Same here.
I never had time for him. He always asked me, can we go fishing? Yeah, I tell him, yeah, we'll go next week. I'm over here so loaded. Yeah, we're going. The week after that, he would ask me the same thing, and next week. I never had time for him.
There's no such thing as parent school. I was doing the very best I could do at the time. If I could do it all over again, certainly I'd do it a little bit differently because I know a little bit more now. But geez, tell me, where's the parent university at? There isn't one.
Boo! Boo!
Yeah?
Come here for a minute. I just want to have a talk with you, all right? That's all right? Yeah. Can you sit down here? Well, I just want to tell you. Hey, boy, I want to tell you, you know, I'm glad we came on this trip, you know. But, you know, I haven't, you know, spent time with you like this, right? I mean, you know, I was always drinking and doing all that. And, you don't notice that I'm sober and everything. You know, I pay more attention, you know. I mean, I just want to tell you that I love you, boy. I mean, I do. I mean, you know, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I swear to God, I mean it, boy. I mean, you know. I just want to be close to, you know, and I'm gonna give up all that drinking and all that, you know, using drugs and all that. You know, I want to stay close like a family, like, you know, like we once used to be, you know. I just want to let you know, I mean, this is what I needed for myself, you know, to find out, you know. I mean, you know, I was messing up real bad, you know. I didn't realize, you know, I mean, what I was missing, you know. And you know, I was never there for you, you know. I just hope you forgive me for all that, you know. But I mean it, you know. I'm just happy we're here. I mean, I just want to tell you that I love you, boo. You know that I love you a lot, right? Man, something new for me, right? Don't cry, I'll be here for you, okay? Hey. I'm sorry, boys. You know I love you, huh? Come here, son. I promise you from now on, okay? I'm always gonna be a fool. Okay, son? I just hope you forgive me, right? I promise you from now on, I'll never touch another beer. I'm never gonna use drugs, okay? That's what I want. That's what it's gonna be, boy. Whoa. When I used to drink, I needed someone to talk to. I used to talk to the wall. Will you hold my hand? Will you be there when I play a few games? Yeah, you know I'll be there, boy. That's all I want. The only thing I ask for. I promise, son. Everything's gonna be different. I hope we go fishing again, just me and you.
They've been at sea for 5 days. Gonzalo has discovered he loves his son. Casey's father feels convicted without having a fair trial. And Floyd has yet to find the words that will bring his son back home. With only 2 days left, the fathers know time is running out. It's all about time.
Boo! Boo! What? What day do we get to Avalon?
Wednesday. The 21st was yesterday.
No.
Maybe my watch is wrong here then.
I think the 20th. Okay, you're right. Okay. Thank you.
It is nice to see father and sons having such great time. I wish we had more times like this to spend together. I think if everybody in the world
Okay. What is it? What is it, Floyd?
it's just weird to see everybody getting along so well.
That's what it's supposed to be.
I get time to spend with my boy. Time I didn't have before. I love him so much.
I'm gonna get your son for you, Floyd, okay? I'm gonna get your son right here.
On this trip, I realized that I should have spent more time with you. It's not because I did not want to spend time with you all these years, just because, I work very hard. You don't see me drink, I don't smoke. Only thing I do bad is work very hard. I know many times that things that you do them because you believe that nobody loves you. Well, Tesla, you know Tesla loves you. You think she loves you? No? No. She does. I don't want you to grow up with that feeling that she don't love you. Everybody loves you. They might not show it, but they do.
What happened to my mom?
She just left you on. Disappear. Never called. The real mom has never called and asked about you. Never. All the 17 years. So I'm asking you, son, please don't grow up with any malice or hatred for anyone. I want you to grow up and be someone I can be proud of and can always look back and say, well, that's my boy. coming on this trip, I think it's one of the greatest things ever happened to me. Because there's a lot of things I wanted to tell you a long time ago, and just didn't have the time or didn't know how to say it. Same thing with me. I love you a lot. I love you a lot, too.
Five alligators.
Five alligators.
Five alligators.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm going to let
Run out of sunlight, Case. Let's do it.
Okay?
Set down!
On their last day at the island, fathers and sons choose up sides for a game of touch football. And for the first time, Casey joins the team.
Hey, we see that!
Stan Haven has a brand new crew. There is no similarity between the strangers who came aboard a week ago and the fathers and sons who are now working and playing and enjoying life together.
47! Hut! 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 Anytime, Floyd! Hut! Thank you, yes! 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 All right! That's football. Hey! One alligator, two alligators, three alligators! Case! Case! Way to go, Shane! Watch the quarterback. Three alligators. Watch the quarterback. Sneaky one. Shout out loud. Freddie Green. Blue right. Hut, 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 hut. Three. Teamwork here, huh? Can't play no way.
Yeah, I'll just think. Just hang the ball. Just go.
Play the game, 5 yards.
Okay, but then.
Unhook one.
We're right on. Keep it perfect.
Watch the run to the left, to the right.
Because I'm like a buffalo right now.
Set! Go! One alligator, two alligator, three alligator! Right here.
You said below the hips. Below the
You got me above the hips a couple times. Right here.
No, we used to
Touchdown, touchdown. Okay.
Exactly.
He's putting his little running backs right in our way on purpose, though, you know?
Gonzalo,
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
3 alligators, guys.
The wind did that.
Ready! Come on, Bob. Hey! 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 Now! Wow! What's the run? What's the run? Oh, you're in there!
Come on back, man.
That's my boy!
They're doing all right. It's cool.
They're good. They're good. We just got to...
One alligator, two alligator, three alligator, four alligator, five alligator!
Hey, man, this game's getting hot now. At least we got to get one touchdown at least.
And they got...
We got to get something. Senior citizens are kicking our yeah, we can't let this go. So I can go. Come on.
Wait with your height count. Hey! One, two alligator, two alligator, three alligator! 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Mike's got him! Oh, man! Way to hamper.
Don't jump at it, Dad.
47 enchiladas. Hut, 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 out of here. That's my boy.
Hop one. Hop two.
Hike, three, hike. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. Fly, run, run, run. That's it. That's it.
That's game. You guys won. All right, Daddy. Guys. Oh, well.
Still got a touchdown, eh?
The joy of just being together has infected everyone, except perhaps Casey.
Okay. One alligator, two alligator. Hey, that was a blast. Let's do it again, real soon. Okay. Let's start back for the boat, guys. Different team. That's all.
For the hotel? I never knew it could be so much fun like that. It's like we're two 8-year-old kids in the playground playing around like that.
What I really feel about my dad, I think I could forgive him. I've already forgiven my dad, but I don't know. I think he probably settled down, you know. I really want me and my dad to just get along. I mean, communicate, you know, just to be how it is. I mean, we can't get along unless we communicate. I don't want to stay on placement anymore. I want to go home to him.
Meteorologist Mark with the Coastal Marine Forecast. There is no small craft advisories at this time. North to northwest winds 15 to 20 knots.
Their voyage is almost complete. Gonzalo and Boo Boo found each other. Stuart asked his questions, and while he may not live at home, he at least has a father to talk to. Casey and his dad haven't resolved their differences, but they'll go home together. They'll have another chance.
The only major difference, Dad, that I see between these kids and their fathers and myself and my father is we took the time. They just never gave one another a chance.
I talked with my dad a little, and I feel much better about going home now. I think he's totally changed.
I had a lot of fun with Lee and the guys, and especially with my dad. I wish I could take some of my friends' dad and share this experience with them.
I'm glad I went on this trip.
We need a whale detector. You got one at home, don't you?
A lot of my friends think it's I'm gonna buy a boat someday. Show them how fun it really is. What I like the most is being with my dad. God bless you, Lee. Thanks for taking me on this trip.
There are too many children from broken homes who are left adrift by parents who don't take the time to raise them. Usually they wind up in gangs, in jails, or worse. To live and grow, a kid needs a father, a mother, and a home. The family is his life preserver. Stay tuned for the surprising conclusion and update to father-son.
It's been 9 months since Shane and I completed our sailing expedition with the three fathers and their sons. When Stuart Tillett got off the boat, he and his father went their separate ways. Stuart returned to his county-run group home. Since then, he's been taken off of formal probation and has chosen to live apart from his father and stepmother.
I would like to see Stuart come and living with us full time. I have his room and everything all fixed up. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my wife about to see if he can, you know, come and stay here and go to school out here at Eisenhower. But circumstances, he's not.
I would like to see my dad more. When we was on the trip, that was you know, I wanted to go back because, you know, I figured me and him, we'll be cool, but, you know, it's still, you know, it's just, I'm not there yet, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm not ready to accept, you know, my stepmom yet, you know, just not ready. You know, she, I don't know, kicked me out the house or something, and then my dad sticks up for me, then them two gonna get in an argument, then I'm gonna get in an argument, so, you know, I wait till I finish school and then, you know, think about going back, seeing him, spend some time with him.
Stuart was released from the group home 3 months ago. Instead of living with his father and stepmother, Stuart thought it would be more comfortable to live with Donald Haynes, an intake director and child care worker supervisor for Los Angeles County. Donald was the house parent in Stuart's group home.
Our goal is to see that he finished high school, since he worked so hard to get to this point. The time at sea made a big difference with Stuart and his dad. It was probably one of the first times Stuart and his father actually ever spent any type of quality time together where they can actually sit down and talk and deal with some issues that they never faced before.
I never done that like that before. My dad, you know, sit there and we talk about our trip, and he'd tell me, you know, how he felt, and I'd tell him how I felt, stuff like that. That was fun.
Yeah, on that trip, I really discovered that I have a wonderful son in Stuart, and that's what I'd like to do, the trip all over again. Just to be with him for a long time.
The last time I seen my dad was like about a month ago. I don't want him to feel bad, but that's what I think. I think he feel like, you know, that, you know, I don't want to spend time with him as much. Our relationship today is going better. It's better than it was, you know. We talk on the phone, you know, once in a while. He tells me how he feels. I tell him how I feel. He's a fun guy to be with. He is. I just gotta spend more time with him, so I gotta do my part. I know he'll do his. He'll come all right.
Immediately following the sailing trip, Casey Stallnecker was released from his county-run group home and decided to live with his father in Palm Springs. The miracle I'd hoped for Casey happened.
Since we got off the boat, a lot has happened with my son and myself. Casey's doing so well in school today. His grade average is like a 3-point and above. First string varsity football team. I'm very proud of Casey.
When I got off that boat, the first thing we did when we got off that boat, I think we got in an argument on the way home. You know, because I wasn't used to him being around, he wasn't used to me being around. And for a while there, it felt like I was just like, I was kind of like a burden. Not like a burden, but I was just something like setting off his whole way of life. Because he's used to being a bachelor, and he's not used to having to come home and cook dinner for some 16-year-old, actually a 15-year-old at the time. For me to be home now, it's a lot different, you know. I mean, it's just like at first it was kind of, it blew my mind, you know, because like I just came home, and like how it works now with like curfew, it's like 12:30, you know. He'd like for me to be home at 12:30. I come home at 2. I'm not gonna get, you know, yelled at or screamed at or nothing, but it's like, you know, Case, you're home a little late last night, weren't you? It's like, yeah. And then the first time he did that, you know, he didn't do nothing. I was like, oh, cool, I'm not coming home till 6 tomorrow.
It's more comforting today knowing my son's home. I just feel at ease knowing that we're communicating today, knowing he's home, and I trust him today. Casey's going to tell me something, it's good. I mean, I can take it to the bank. The boat trip meant a lot to me. It meant the end of a real dark period in my life. I didn't know what to expect.
The way I described myself on the boat was basically just an arrogant little, I don't know, I was kind of out to get my dad, basically. I just wanted to see how he'd react to my little attitudes that I've had before. That's one thing I didn't understand. You know, I mean, sometimes I'd be kind of just totally obnoxious toward him. And I was trying to figure out why he wouldn't sit there and start screaming at me, yelling at me or something. And it's just, I think half the time I was trying to get him to, just to see what he'd do. And it didn't work. And that's just where that's where I really discovered my new dad, was there when I found out that kind of stuff's not happening.
I appreciate the most from Casey today is his consideration that he shows to me today. I appreciate the fact that he's a typical 16-year-old, but compared to a lot of other 16-year-olds, I'm blessed. I'm really a fortunate father today.
With my dad today, it's great. It's great. I mean, it's just like, I'm not scared of him. I respect him. He's not worried what I'm gonna do. He trusts me. I think it's very true that for the first time in my life, I really do have a dad. And I really have been acting like a son, and it's really neat. You know, I wish everybody was like this, because I know a lot of friends, they don't have as good as that as I do. You know, and I appreciate it, really.
Gonzo Garcia, better known as Boo Boo by his parents, returned home to his mother and 2 sisters and continued with his schooling and basketball. Boo Boo's time with his father has altered the course of his life.
When I first got off the boat, I don't know, I guess I changed a little. I got jumped out of a gang. One day I was in school and I got jumped out because I wanted to play basketball. When I got jumped out, there's a whole crowd, the whole school was there. They were just circling me. They hit me right here with the brake, and then they started hitting me. So then I was against the wall, and then they kept hitting me, kicking me. But I'm out of a gang, so I think it was worth it. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't need to impress nobody. Impress me and my dad. I think when I was spending time with my dad on the trip, I don't know, he was making me happy and stuff. And I don't know, I just started to realize that he was my dad and he cares.
What's the holdup?
When we got off the boat, my dad tried to change his life. And he got a job and he stopped doing drugs and stopped drinking. And I don't know, he seemed happy.
Gonzalo Garcia came in to work for me 3 months ago. When I saw him, first of all, I said, no, this guy never can be working for me. And I told my other supervisor fellow, I said, no, this guy, I'm not going to take him. It looks kind of funny to me. And I said, I don't think it's going to be okay. And then 3-4 months later, he was the best worker I ever had.
Then he started bugging me to play basketball every Friday, to play basketball where he lives in Carson. And we played for a while, and he got his own shoes, his basketball kicks, and his jersey and stuff. And then we played every week something. And then I guess he got tired of me dunking over him. But I don't know. Then he got in an accident. My dad got ran over by a car and hurt his legs and his stomach and his head. He was in surgery for a few days, and he was in the hospital for a few weeks.
I was shocked, saddened to hear the tragic situation that he was hit by this hit-and-run car. Gonzalo desired to change. There was a real hunger in his heart. I could see that. You can see after you've been dealt with people for a long period of time. You can see that those who are just superficial and those that are really it's in their gut. They want to change, and this is what I saw within Gonzalo.
Like every time I went to see him, they wouldn't let me see him because he was in recovery and surgery. So I don't know how to approach him when I walk in and see him. When I heard that he was hurt, like I just started thinking, like I hope I don't lose him.
Gonzalo received life-threatening injuries to his head and internal organs. His legs were broken in 7 places, leaving little hope that he would ever walk again. It's a miracle that Gonzalo is even alive.
has been hurting. Broken leg and stuff. So, yeah. And a lot of pain and stuff. Tired. I have both my legs broken. You know, I have this scar in my brain, sort to them. So, I had a lot of pain and stuff.
I want to go see you, but you were.
I was already out.
No, I couldn't see you.
Oh, yeah, I was in critical condition.
Is this hurt?
Yeah, it hurts. Everything hurts. Even my head hurts. I just hope I get better. A lot better, get better. I hope I can walk when after this is over. I just feel tired. I feel real tired right now. I got pain in my leg.
I think God will help him. Make him better. Make him walk good. For some reason, I think he's gonna run again and stuff. Because my dad, I don't know, I guess he don't give up that easy.
There are thousands of kids throughout America looking for miracles to save their lives. If they have parents or guardians or friends who love them, they have a chance. Miracles happen when someone cares. And one final update. The doctors say Boo Boo's dad will walk again.
For your video cassette of Father-Son, contact Stanhaven Productions, P.O. Box 1268, Agoura, California 91301.